So this is, again, 1880s Egypt. All right, so this is Egypt, 1880s. These look like pretty old buildings in ruins, don't they? And look at this tree, just stuff everywhere. What's going on here? A couple of people on the river. I don't think any of these, they've either got flat roofs or inside the walls, or they're all roofless, those houses. Again, it's not a very built out city, right? Just ruins everywhere. Look at these. And who knows what this is, right? Who knows how far down underground this, because it kind of looks like the top of, could be a wall maybe, or a temple. And again, no one there, just one dude standing in the mud. You can see the size of these walls too by the size of him. And this is Egypt. We get sort of told Egypt was found, in this kind of pristine, condition with all the, the temples and the pyramids and that. But I don't think that's what really happened. I mean, check out the size of this pillar. You got some people here. They just come up to here. Look at the size of this thing. And why? Why just a single pillar standing on its own? And of course, we just got these, poor looking people who don't look like that they got the tech to even attempt to think of building something like this. But we're told that they're the native people. Oh, Star Wars, right? Very Star Wars. So again, Egypt, right? Star City. Look at these walls. That's what we see everywhere. These bits on top, we see this a lot in India. Not sure what that's all about. But a massive construction. Out the front, we've got the ruins of the town or whatever, where the poor people live, no doubt. And this thing, man, how Star Wars is that? Got all the antiquitech on the top of the spires and domes. And not much out on the horizon. So I guess we're not looking at the pyramids at this point, but check that out, right? It's what we see everywhere, these big walled cities. And this is Egypt. There you go, look at the antiquitech there. Looks like an array antenna, doesn't it? And look at this, it looks pretty old. It's falling apart. A pretty big, oversized building. But again, that's what we see everywhere. And then next to it, we see what they can actually do right there. Strapping up a bit of, tarpaulins and things. This is their level of tech, not this. All right, this is the new hotel. Cairo, new hotel. Very nice, very old world looking again, very large. Got the same street lights in Egypt that we see everywhere. We just saw them in Amsterdam. Same, wrought iron, same everything. And here's a bit of a shot. I'm guessing this is Cairo. Yep. Cairo. A view of the pyramids. Where are the pyramids? Oh, okay, there. There we go. We've got the pyramids in there. And Cairo. Now, just look at these oversized bits sticking up. All right, look at the size of them compared to everything else. Just mad, right? And it's not a very big town back in the 1880s, is it? It's just like a little, little village that's half been swallowed by the desert. I mean, look at this sand dune here. Like the height compared to these walls. Look at them. Like fully half buried. All this stuff half buried in the sand. And then look at the aqueduct, man. Look at this. That's a pretty cool aqueduct. Don't know if that's there anymore. Going off, it looks like, to a holding tank, a cistern. and the pyramids. So we're a street in Cairo. Again, got the Antiquitech here as well. And we can see some of the construction here. Rocks and odd-shaped bricks. This looks like a fill of some kind. Maybe with the cement or geopolymer holding it all together. It's just sort of crumbling away. But again, in this funny little village on the edge of the desert that's being swallowed, we've still got 3-story, 4-story, even maybe masonry, buildings. Of course, we've got palm trees. So this is the mosque in Cairo. Got our ladder. Don't know what's happening there. They've barred this place off. Probably goes down. Half a door here. Stairs going up. Very sort of not level looking, isn't it? Look at all these funny door sizes. Maybe there's 3 different types of people. And they're suspending something from all these chains. Not really sure. Like they're suspending this roof for some reason. Doing something. Wow, look at this dude. How cool is he? He's like, I'm the boss. I'm the boss. I have a stick. I am the boss. Look at my hand on my hip. Listen to me. All right, we've got some hieroglyphs. Someone didn't like them. And again, these guys just not looking like the builders or, even the ancestors of the builders. Because this is the other story, right? They're always the ancestors of the builders, but the builders built these amazing, technological feats, and then their ancestors, just living in the desert with no tech at all. They can't do anything really. It's weird how that happens. Yet we're the epitome, right? We're at the highest point of human evolution, apparently. Look at this place, just pretty much messed up and destroyed. Got some old carvings here. Again, these funny stone walls. And it's just the same stuff we see everywhere. The old world was just moved. We just moved in on top of it. Is pretty much what happened. Did we know how it worked? I don't know. But again, look at this. These buildings just popping up out of the middle of the desert. Look at the foundations here. Walls and things. And then just this one dude just standing looking at a rock. It's a funny story they give us, isn't it? All right, here are the pyramids, the fires within. Where is the Sphinx, I wonder? They're the small pyramids. Here's some of the tech they got. They got like that little crane. And I'm guessing the Sphinx is on the other side somewhere. Bit of water there, but again, I don't think these people built any of this stuff. There we go, the Sphinx. So still buried. This before they uncovered it, obviously. And again, you can see it's just a bit of a shambles in here, really. These just look like they're stacked up rocks. Pyramid of Cheops, of course it's not. It's just no mummy's ever been found inside any pyramid. And back to Cairo. And again, it's supposed to be this funny little town, but look at the buildings in it. They're the same buildings we see everywhere, the same old world architecture, oversized, mud flooded, and no explanation for how it got there. Oh, 2 Parthenons in Egypt. Look at that. Actually, but we've got Egypt, Greece, Turkey. So this may be Athens. Okay, Temple of Feast. So we are in Greece now. But 2 Parthenons, right? 2. Why not? There's also one in Tennessee. You can see up here, all ruins. But can you see this? I can't zoom in any further. It looks like there's a buried building in the cliff up there. Look like columns or something. And look at this. When you look at this, this is all a wall. The whole thing. So you can imagine if that was covered in dirt. You know, this is what Paul Cook's looking into, is these structures in England that look like, you know, they're old world structures, but then they've been covered in dirt and turned into hills and cliffs. And you can imagine that's what this would look like, because these are big walls. Obviously suffered some kind of cataclysm. Again, I mean, look at how big this is. How did they stand those columns up? Even if they could make them. I mean, look at that. That's like a 3-story house. Again, massive walls everywhere and buried. You know, look, the top of it's at the ground level. Wouldn't take much and that would disappear, right? That whole wall. Here we can see this is a newer wall. And you can see, you know, there's just rubble everywhere, which is where they were getting their materials from, I think. And here's the Parthenon up on the hill. And again, look at this massive wall. And how often do we see this, right? The hills, the forts and things, temples, always up on these hills. More ruins over here. So something went boom. And of course, no vegetation really. You've got a couple of trees here. That's it. Again, this is 1880s Greece. And look at the destruction down here. I mean, look at this. It's been completely just smashed. You can see here is it in the cliff? Maybe it's in front of it. I know it's on top of this. So this was a big building built right on the cliff. And you can see up here, it was probably built into the cliff, unless the cliff may have been the building. Because look at this. Look at these are all walls everywhere. This may be natural, who knows? And they've built on top of it, but again, you can see how so much of this got buried and turned into what we're told are natural, you know, features, natural cliffs and hills and things. You know, it wouldn't take that much to cover that, would it? And no one would know it was there. But Greece got designated, you see, as one of the old world cities. So tourism, right? Some more just random, you know, why not, right? Just a random front of a building facade just standing in the desert, as you do. Okay. And again, now this is where we hit problems again, right? I mean, this wall looks like it's, you know, that's not original. It looks like it's been restacked. No mortar. But all these statues, right? Well, we're in Greece now, so they actually do kind of match, right? Because they're supposed to be what we're told is Greco-Romano kind of motifs. But we see these statues everywhere, absolutely everywhere, which is, I guess, why they needed to tell us that, you know, the Roman got all this stuff from the Greeks, and then the Romans, you know, went Roman, right, around the world. Rome if you want to. But here again, so this is what we see is just this ruin. So this is where they were getting their materials for, right, to build whatever they were building out of stone. They weren't quarrying stuff. They were just picking it up off the ground. Again, photo opportunities. Old world 1800s kind of clothes and dresses, and, you know, not looking like the typical Egyptians we're told about, are they? Looking more like Europeans. And just look at these ruins. And again, we're in Greece now. So very sort of Grecian with all the pillars and things. But these people don't look like Greeks. Maybe a bit more Moorish. What do you reckon? The Parthenon again. I think that's a Parthenon. But again, look at all this rubble. It's just everywhere. All right. So what went on here? Looks like we've got a bit of pipe for some drainage. You can see massive foundations, huge constructions, and something's just gone boom and hit it. But it also shows you how well they were made, right? Because, it's still pretty much standing. And again, just the destruction. The Propolis, the Acropolis, I think. And again, look at this. And you can see here in the middle of these pillars, can you see these perfectly square holes? All right, that's how they were hot, because we've seen this for a while, that these are done in sections. Okay, you can see the lines where they join them, and they got metal rods in them holding them all together. So a lot of these ones, I've been asking how they stand them up. A lot of them look like they were actually slotted. Some of them are one piece, but a lot of them that we see in the actual buildings are these sectioned pieces. But when they're standing on their own, just as a random massive pillar, they tend to be one piece, which kind of makes me think they've got different purposes, right? It's all functional tech. Constantinople, Istanbul, no, Constantinople. And again, we just saw an almost identical, building to this in Egypt. When I was calling the Star Wars building, right? Same stuff everywhere. Again, random pillar by itself. Why not? And just old world, built out city. Again, still in Constantinople. This place is built out, man. It looks in pretty good shape, doesn't it? Looks like it didn't get hit too hard. Just completely built out. Oh, there's a nice little temple on an island in the harbour. Why not? Again, look at these domes, columns. They're just everywhere, right? Look at this one. Looks like it's been half stripped. Not sure. And again, so Constantinople. Oh, wow, man. Look at this. 1, 2, and is that a vanilla sky, you reckon? But look at this, right? 1, 2, 3 buildings almost identical. And again, they're the same as the one that we saw in Egypt. So I wonder what their function is. They'd be some kind of specific machine as far as I'm concerned. And this could just be a mountain range in the background. Not really sure, because you can see these stick through it. So I don't know if they're blurring that out on purpose or if that's natural. Who knows? And some more. And of course, if this was in the water, we'd be told it was a lighthouse. But it's not, so now it's just a tower, probably a water tower. Again, and you can see that how big these, machines, temples are, compared to everything else. This place is just so built out, man. 1880s, Constantinople. And a few more. All right, let's get to some better stuff. Okay, here's one of those. Right, those temples that we were pointing out. Look at them. Antiquitech. See this pattern is repeated here, and here, and of course, now this one, it's a bit hard to make it out. Has it got 4? Don't know, but normally it's like a dome in the middle with, the Mount Meru Tree of Life and then the 4 pillars around the outside. This one's clearly got 1, 2. Unless it's hard to see. I'll have to get an aerial view, but they seem to, be a representation of the plane, right? So I wonder if that's how they're drawing the energy, is sort of mimicking the system we live in. Look at this place. Here's a dude. So you can see how big these doors are, right? Look at this guy. He comes up to here somewhere. So there's intricate, massive buildings. No one there to enjoy them. A few boats. Bringing stuff in, taking stuff away, cleaning out the realm. Wow, the interior of the Mosque of St. Sophie, is it? Wow, man, look at all this wrought iron. All these wrought iron chandelier light fitting things. Look at this place. Wow. Pretty cool. Like, what's this? Some weird, scary angel. Big double domes everywhere, more domes. Look at this, right? Rapunzel. You walk up there and throw down your hair, I think. Got ladders going up to this thing. Like all these internal structures. It just shows you how big this space would be, right? They've got these little internal buildings in here. So what do you reckon? Built for the worship of God? Or built to get close to God? Okay, here we go. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 pillars. Mount Meru in the middle of the dome. And interior Mosque Suleiman. Not sure. Look at that chandelier, man. Pretty cool. Lots of iron. I wonder what they were really doing. Very Moorish, looking like, this is how we paint power stations still today, right? So was this a power station? They're giving it away. But look at all the lights down here as well. Looks like a massive Faraday cage of some kind. Maybe some of these buildings were still on and sparking. Turkey, Prince, dude. Is that a dude? I'm pretty sure that's a dude with earrings and a dress on. Okay. If it's not a dude, it's a very handsome man. Woman. Okay. Can't say that. What is a woman anyway? Look at this dude. We're here. Don't know what he's got. He's got his stick. Okay, we're in Algiers, I think. So back in Africa. And the same thing, right? Same lights, oversized buildings, statues. And this one's got a few people, but it looks pretty cleaned out, this place, doesn't it? But again, this is in Algiers. This is now not looking so good. But okay, here we go. Look what they had. Is this? Okay. Villa Citadel Olau, maybe, not sure. Wow, look up there. Again, up on the top of a hill, a starfall. You see it everywhere. Tower popping out the hill. Striations and everything all the way down, and then massive old world buildings, freshly planted trees everywhere. So it looks like they've done a bit of a cleanup job and moved the people in. Whoa. There's some Bedouin people, some natives, again with ruins in the background, right? Same stuff everywhere. All right, how we go? We're getting to the end of this. I mean, it's all fun, but it's just all the same when you start looking at it. It's just, it's clear that it's just one big old world civilization that we're building on top of. And as we keep building on top, like, the quality seems to get worse and worse, right? Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a rude picture. Oh, so there you go. That's a picture from Bedouin Playboy back in the day. That was a bit unexpected. Boobies. Who would have thought it back in the 1880s? Again, right? Massive oversized building. People who look like they got no idea how to construct anything like this, but they've claimed it. It's theirs, and it's just massively oversized. And of course, because it's got this shape, it's got to be a temple. Domes, I mean, come on, that could be London, right? That could be Washington, but it is St. Petersburg. Aha, St. Petersburg, Russia. Here we go. Look at this place, man. Look at this. Is that the double-headed eagle maybe at the top there? Antiquitech everywhere. Massively oversized buildings, and of course, no one around. That might be a person. Dirt streets, but look at this place. Like completely built out and fitted out, but there's no one there. No one there. Again, a walled city. This is Russia, very Greco-Roman doorway there. Oversized buildings. Look at this spire. But, get a cross on the top of it and it makes it Christian. And again, look at this. So this is Moscow, yeah, the Kremlin. Walled, complete walled, double walled, man-made canals. These huge machine buildings everywhere, domes, onion domes, all oversized. These fairy tale turrets. And again, this is Russia, right? This is all stuff where we're told is from England or from the Islamic world, but no, it's all in Russia. Oh, loading a bit slow. Again, people just hanging out. Don't know what they're doing in this old world city of massive oversized buildings. Look at that. Is that, oh man, that's a man-made canal. Got a bridge here. And of course, look at the size of this building, man. Just ridiculous. We live in a found world. Well, found, taken over, something happened. All right. That looks like we may have come to the end of the book. Woohoo. All right.